The highlight of yesterday was finally getting these in the mail. These are the 1460 Pascal ripples in a Chrome XL navy finish on them, and I am completely in love with these shoes. This is the fourth ripples that I've bought, and there will be another ripples video going through the three other ones that I own, but I really wanted to give this video and dedicated this to shine on this style, because for me this is the pinnacle of Doc Martens. I fully believe that Doc Martens has reached just that point where they just nailed it. They've nailed all the things they've been working on for decades. They've nailed comfort, they've nailed using quality materials, and being able to manufacture this of superb standard. Couple of things to note, really freaking cool. I talk about this in the other videos in regards to expectations and what are your expectations with the boots, and there's a lot of people that discuss vintage Doc Martens and how it compares to now, and how made in England's are seen as possibly more durable, and these type of conservative point of views. I respect that, and I believe that there's plenty of room for different types of fandom across the board with every topic, and Doc Marten is not an exception to this. But when it comes to a company evolving, a company learning, a company going through almost dying 20 years ago, and being able to adjust to that and give customers what they actually wanted, I feel that this is the pinnacle of it. One thing to notice, which is really cool, on the box, it actually says MIE Fashion, which is fantastic, because I talk about the vintage collection and how sometimes people compare, they'll go ahead and buy a pair of Smooths, just standard made in Asia Smooths, and then they'll buy a pair of vintage because they think, oh well, it's the vintage collection made in England, so this is going to be more durable. And I tell them, this is more of an elegant boot. This is for the look of it. You're buying it because it was handmade at Cobb's Lane. You're buying it because it has that material. It's using that specific one on leather, and that's why you're buying it. It's not because stamping made in England on it makes it more durable. There could be a boot that's made in Asia, or actually there are plenty of boots that are made in Asia that are way more durable than ones that are made in England. And this one specifically, it says this is a fashion shoe. But I will throw out that for me, all the ones with the ripple sole seem to be a little bit more dense than we see on modern made in England's or modern Asia, which really are pretty much the same sole. And aside from being hella comfy, again, I'll go through that in the other videos, but they just really guide you through your pronation and your walk, and it's just like being on clouds. The leather that's used on this, which I am fully in support of, is the Horween leather from Chicago. I think I own now possibly 4, I may be mistaken, I kind of lose count, of Doc Martens with Horween leather, and it is of superb quality. I definitely, when it comes to quality, durability, and just the feel of it, I would definitely side on the Horween leather, or as I've talked about before, CF Steed, to be ones that are more durable and last longer. And you can kind of compare the standard black Horween to the Greaseys of the 90s, aside from the sole density being a bit different. I wore these yesterday for the first time, and they were just ready to go. They're not very stiff, but at the same time, the leather is very thick. It has this feel on it inside it's just so supple and just absolutely gorgeous. And I love that it's not tinted on the inside, so you get to see that navy chrome on the outside, and then be able to see the unfinished, more raw, grainy leather on the inside. Absolutely gorgeous. I love what they did with the wax leather laces. At least that's what it seems like. Maybe they're not leather, but they're definitely wax. They have like a leather type of feel on them. So these boots, normally I would have gotten them directly from visiting the UK, but for obvious reasons, traveling right now is just not safe. I know for sure, even though that's a really big part of my life because of work and going overseas all the time to work with my partners, I do frequent the UK quite often, but I'm not going to be doing that for a very, very long time, definitely the unforeseeable future. So when I saw these come up on the UK site, I just every day I kept on checking the Made in England section for the US to see if they showed up there, and I saw that a couple of them did. So we have new from the vintage collection with the crown leather Chelsea's in an ox blood and in a black, which is fantastic. So they're available on the US site, but these didn't come over. There is another colorway that they did in this, but not this specific blue color, and I didn't know why. So I got scared. I thought that they were gonna run out before they had a chance to come over, especially since they stopped production at Cobb's Lane a while back. So I ended up calling Doc Martens myself. This is something I recommend 100%. People talk about messaging Doc Martens. People talk about emailing Doc Martens. If you want to talk to Doc Martens and get proper support, just call them. This is really the best way to communicate. You're gonna get a response quickly. The service that I got was exceptional, as it always is. They look through it. They're able to see what is coming in the next 6 months. And she was able to tell me with confidence that these are not on the list to come to the US or the US site in the next 6 months. So I went ahead, and I'm very, very lucky to be able to do this. But I contacted a friend of mine in the UK and asked her if I can have them sent there and she could ship them. She said no problem. So I did that, and I finally got them. I used Parcel Monkey in order to get them over. This is the second time I've used them, especially for a UK exclusive, and I'm pretty stoked. Right now, they're my favorite pair. And what you'll notice is that they're kind of blackish, right? But it really depends on the light that hits them. So they look very different. This Chrome XL, they look very different from what they look like on the site. But I really don't care. I love the color. They almost kind of look like the new Classico. The finish is so beautiful. Really stoked that I got them for another reason, which is there's not going to be many people wearing them here in the States, because by the time that traveling and all that stuff is transferred over, there's not going to be that. So I'm going to be kind of unique there, which is pretty cool. Makes me feel a little special. Obviously, I'm in a very blessed situation where the coronavirus has not affected me financially or emotionally, and I'm just very lucky that my career supports that, and I'm able to make these expenses. I in no way support people stealing food from their family or from their mouths in order to shop. I'm just talking about it from my point of view and my experience and what I'm doing right now. So again, 1460 Pascal, Chrome XL Navy with the gorgeous ripple sole, which are currently my favorite. They're amazing. I will definitely have a link to this to the UK site, so if you're lucky enough to be able to buy them and have somebody ship them over. Again, I used Parcel Monkey, which ended up transferring over to DHL. That worked out for me, but you use whatever method that somebody over there recommends, or maybe you already know some method to get over there. Details on this are absolutely exquisite. Of course, it comes with the Made in England booklet inside and the bag, and this gorgeous box to keep them in. This is not going in the box. This is going straight on my rotation shelf. As I said, yesterday was the first time that I'm going to wear them. It's going to be very hard not to wear them every time I go out because I want to wear them right now at home. I kept them on for a little bit after I wash them, even though, every time I go out, especially with the coronavirus, I give my boots a little bit of rinse, but they're dried off and they're ready to go. And I was able to enjoy another pair of boots at home. So, thank you, and peace be with you.